just before the sunset, the station settles into quiet prayer. One old lantern shines above the platform, like it's waiting for somebody there. The ticket window's long been boarded over, the benches wear the weight of passing years, but the light still burns above the station, through the laughter and the tears. My granddad worked this little railroad, 40 harvests, maybe more. He said every train left something behind, even after closing the door. As a boy I thought he meant the luggage, or the smoke that filled the sky. Now I know he meant the memories that never say goodbye. Under the lonesome platform light, every shadow feels just right. Every whistle through the pines brings back another time. Though the trains don't always stay, they always take a piece away. Lord, my heart still waits each night under the lonesome platform light. There was a girl named Anna Mae who'd meet the evening train each week, holding daisies in her hands, with a smile so soft and sweet. Her husband worked the Western railways, gone for weeks from spring till fall. She'd stand beneath that glowing lantern till she'd hear his welcome call. They'd walk home without much talking, just their footsteps side by side. Sometimes love don't need 1,000 words, just someone walking by your side. Now they're resting on the hillside, underneath 2 maple trees. But every time I see that lantern, they're standing there to me. Under the lonesome platform light, hope keeps shining through the night. Every promise ever made still refuses to fade. Every railroad tie below knows the love this town has known. Lord, some lights never die. Under the lonesome platform light, I left this town when I was 20, certain that it meant much more. Thought success was found in skylines far beyond this deep old door. I built a life in crowded cities where nobody knew my name, where every morning looked familiar, yet every evening felt the same. Then one winter while returning, I stepped off the evening train, saw that lantern softly glowing, and I felt alive again. Funny how one little light can guide a wandering soul. If everything he lost while trying to gain the world, under the lonesome platform light, wrong somehow becomes alright. Every mile I've traveled through led me back to something true. Every whistle on the breeze sounds like home calling to me. Lord, I finally see the light, like that old faithful light. So if you ever pass this station, when the evening shadows fall, look toward the weathered platform. The first train I ever boarded was on a cool October dawn. Mama tucked my coat around me before the whistle carried on. Daddy stood beside the station with his weathered farmer's hands. He smiled and said, "Go find your future, but remember where you stand." Those words rode every mile beside me long after that old train was gone, like the rhythm of the steel wheels beating softly all night long. I thought the world was waiting for me past the hills beyond our town, never knowing every journey would someday turn around. The tracks always lead me home, no matter how far I've roamed across the mountains through the rain. They always call my name. Every whistle in the night becomes a little porch light. Lord, I've finally come to know the tracks always lead me home. I worked the docks along the coastline, built high-rises made of stone, drove 18-wheelers through the Midwest, slept in places far from home. I've seen deserts bloom at sunrise, northern rivers frozen white, watched the city's skyline sparkle like diamonds in the night. Still no view has ever matched the old red barn on County Road, or the creek behind our pasture where we skipped rocks years ago. Funny how the smallest places leave the deepest footprint still. No matter how far you wander, your heart remembers every hill. The tracks always lead me home, past every place I've known. Every crossing, every bend feels like greeting an old friend. Every mile beneath these wheels reminds me what is real. Lord, I finally come to know the tracks always lead me home. Mama's rocking chair sits empty, Daddy's hat hangs by the door. Time has quietly changed the people, I don't see them anymore. But their voices ride beside me every time I hear a train, teaching lessons wrapped in kindness, echoing through my name. Work with honesty, Dad told me, love your family. Mama said, leave each place a little brighter than the day your boots first tread. Those simple words became my compass through every victory and loss, guiding every road I traveled, no matter what the cost. The tracks always lead me home to the love that made me strong. Every whistle through the trees carries back those memories. Every railroad tie below knows the man I've grown into. Lord, I'm grateful every day for the road that brought me through. One day my own grandson asked me, Grandpa, why do trains sound sad? I smiled and looked across the valley, thinking of my mom and dad. I said, son, they don't sound lonely, they just sing about the miles, about the folks who leave with hope and come back with wiser smiles. He took my hand beside the crossing as another freight rolled by and waved until the last red light disappeared into the sky. Now every Sunday after church I walk the rails a little while, past the depot, past the grain mill, past the memories that still smile. Neighbors stop to share a story, children laugh and bicycles race. The barber still knows everyone's name. Life moves at an easier pace. The world keeps rushing somewhere faster, but I'm no longer chasing speed. I've found the richest destination is never far from me. Tonight the moon hangs over Cedar Valley, silver shining on the rails. The engine's whistle fills the darkness, carried softly by the gale. I tip my hat toward the headlight as it rolls beyond the hill, then close my eyes and hear my father's voice, as quiet as the wind. Son, every road has a purpose, every season has its time, but never forget the place that first taught your heart to shine. The tracks always lead me home, though the years have come and gone. Every mile has played its part in shaping this old heart. Every whistle is a prayer, every sunset finds me there, standing where my story first If another young man boards tomorrow with dreams too big to hold, I hope these faithful rails will teach him what they patiently taught me, that success is not the distance traveled or the places left behind. At Cedar Junction every evening, a red lantern lit the waiting room, casting little circles on the floorboards as the daylight gave way to the moon. Old Mr. Lawson kept it burning ever since his daddy's time. He said as long as that light is shining, no travelers left behind. The station wasn't big or famous, just one platform made of oak, but every soul who passed through there left with a little hope. I'd sit there with my six-string guitar, learning songs from older men, never knowing those small moments would become my wealth back then. And there's a red lantern at Cedar Junction, still glowing through the night, for every weary traveler searching for a little light. When the whistle cries at midnight, it shines through the pouring rain, like hope that never gives up waiting at Cedar Junction. Widow Grace would bake fresh pies for every crew that came through town. Apple, peach, and blackberry filling, never let a railroad man down. She'd say, a warm meal and a smile can carry farther than a train. The engineers all knew her by name and always waved again. One December just before Christmas, a blizzard buried every rail. 3 full days those trains stood frozen against the winter gale. The whole town filled that little station with blankets, coffee, songs, and prayer. Nobody asked who needed helping, they simply met them there. There's a red lantern at Cedar Junction, burning steady through the storm, reminding every passing stranger there's still a place that's warm. Every whistle through the snowfall carries gratitude again for hearts that leave their porch lights glowing at Cedar Junction. Years rolled by like loaded freight cars, the highway stole the passenger line. Young folks moved to bigger cities, leaving quiet streets behind. The depot closed one autumn morning, the ticket window locked for good. But old Mr. Lawson kept that lantern burning just like he said he would. He'd sit beside the empty platform, coffee cup in weathered hands, watching freight trains thunder onward across the sleeping land. People asked him why he bothered when no one's waiting anymore. He smiled and softly answered, "You never really know." There's a red lantern at Cedar Junction for the lost and the alone. Sometimes all a soul needs seeing is one little light back home. simply stays there. Maybe fate's a lot like lanterns, small enough to fit one hand, yet bright enough to guide a traveler across an unknown land. You don't light one for attention or applause from passing crowds. You light it because somebody might need it now. Now my hair has turned to silver, Mr. Lawson's long since gone. But every Friday just at sunset I come and light that lantern on. Children walking home from baseball always stop and ask me why. I tell them every railroad crossing needs at least one faithful light. One little girl looked up and whispered, so nobody gets afraid. I smiled and nodded quietly. Exactly. Tonight another freight rolls through here, its headlights cutting through the dark. The engineer gives one long whistle as he passes Cedar Park. I raise that lantern just a little till the caboose is out of sight, then place it back beside the window where it shines all through the night. Because somewhere out beyond the darkness, someone's still trying to find a place where hope is waiting with a welcoming light. And there's a red lantern at Cedar Junction, still glowing faithful and true, for every soul who's ever wondered if someone was waiting too. Every whistle through the valley seems to whisper, carry on. Even when the station's empty, keep the light on. For one tired heart returning, for one stranger passing through, sometimes the smallest flame can lead somebody home. At the red lantern at Cedar Junction, the freight rolled through just after midnight. 37 cars stretched down the line. Every wheel sang out a different story. Every spark lit up the pine. Daddy always counted every boxcar while we'd sit beside the crossing gate. He'd grin and say, each one's carrying someone's dream or someone's fate. As a boy I thought they carried treasures, gold and silver from far away. Now I know they're loaded mostly with the hopes we chase each day. Some dreams make it to their station, some get lost along the way. Still that old freight keeps on rolling, no matter what yesterday. It's a boxcar full of broken dreams, rolling through my memory. Some were mine, some belong to friends, some never reach the end. But every mile those old wheels climb turns heartache into time. Lord, nothing's ever quite the way it seems in a boxcar full of broken dreams. left to play the Grand Ole Opry, certain he would wear a star someday. Played 1,000 roadside taverns till life slowly got in the way. He came back with tired hands and laughter, opened up a little music store. Now every Saturday he teaches children the songs we all grew up singing for. Jenny dreamed of seeing Paris, bought a passport at 22. Then her mama fell ill that winter, so she stayed and saw it through. She'll tell you she never regrets it, though sometimes when the evening falls, she still wonders what those foreign streets might have felt like after all. It's a boxcar full of broken dreams, some cracked wide at the seams, yet somehow every shattered piece found another kind of peace. Every whistle through the night still carries hope despite the things we lose along the stream. In a boxcar full of broken dreams, I chased promotion through the decades, always reaching one step more. Every race felt like a promise that I'd finally found the door. Then one evening on a business trip, I heard a freight train call my name. Standing outside a motel window, everything looked different then. I realized I'd been collecting paychecks more than precious time, while birthdays, fishing trips, and Sunday dinners kept disappearing down the line. That's the heaviest freight you'll ever carry, the moments you can't reload. It's a boxcar full of broken dreams, mixed with things more valuable than they seem. Every missed embrace and smile, every extra working mile, still these rails keep whispering low, it's never too late to go. Lord, redemption rides these streams inside a boxcar full of broken dreams. Maybe dreams don't really break, maybe they just change their clothes, trading bright lights for front porch evenings where a quieter happiness grows. The oak tree never wished to be a mountain, the river never longed to be the sea. Maybe the finest life we'll ever live is simply the one we're meant to leave. Now I wave each time the freight train passes, like Daddy taught me long ago. The engineer always sounds the whistle, though he doesn't know me at all. My grandson sits beside me counting every car that rattles by. His eyes are full of endless wonder, just like mine back in July. He asked Grandpa, where's it going? I smile before I reply. Son, every train is headed somewhere, but the best ones bring you home inside. The last red caboose fades slowly into another country night. The crossing arms begin their rising, everything feels somehow right. Dreams may bend like weathered railroads. Life may wander off its plan, but the Lord has funny ways of turning broken roads into stronger men. It's a boxcar full of broken dreams, and everyone belongs to somebody. Some reached glory, some found grace, some simply found their place. Every whistle reminds me still, the strongest hearts are never still. They keep believing through the in-between, like a boxcar full of broken dreams. So let that freight keep rolling onward through the moonlight, through the rain. Every evening at exactly 5:40, you can hear the crossing bells begin. The whole town hardly seems to notice, but I still stop and listen in. The barber sweeps his little sidewalk, the waitress flips the cafe sign, old men finish up their checker game, keeping faithful railroad time. I take the same bench by the platform like I've done for many years, watching smoke rise through the sunset while the station slowly clears. Folks all think I'm just passing time here with nowhere special left to be, but I'm waiting on something bigger than what they can see. I'm waiting on the 5:40 train, like sunshine waiting after rain. Every whistle brings me hope again, though nothing stays the same. These old rails have taught my heart, patience is the hardest part. Lord, some dreams arrive too late, still I wait. Back in '69, made a promise, right beside these weathered rails. You were leaving for the city, certain love could never fail. You kissed me just before the boarding, placed a letter in my hand, said no matter where life takes us, this will never be the end. For a while your words kept coming, every month without a miss, and life got louder than intentions, and the silence answered this. I'm waiting on the 5:40 train, though the seasons always change. Every autumn leaf reminds me still, love can outlast any hill. Every whistle through the trees carries part of your memory. Lord, hope's a stubborn flame, still I wait. I've watched children grow to parents, seen young couples turn old and gray, watched the station paint fade slowly, while the trains kept finding their way. Mr. Collins sold the hardware, Miss Louise retired last spring. Even the old depot clock doesn't always tick the same. But each evening when the engine's coming, I straighten up this worn-out hat. For just one heartbeat, I believe you might be riding back. I'm waiting on the 5:40 train, not because I'm still the same, but because love leaves a light burning every single night. Every mile these engines roam, still remember someone's home. Lord, that's reason enough to keep waiting. Maybe you're somewhere happy now with grandchildren at your side. Maybe life became exactly everything you hoped you'd find. If that's true, then I'm thankful the good Lord answered all your prayers. Love was never about possession, it was always about care. Still, if fate should ever guide you back along this railroad line, you'll find one old friend still smiling right here on time. The conductor knows me by first name now. Sometimes he steps down just to talk. He'll ask me how the garden's growing, or if I've taken many walks. He never asks who I'm expecting. Maybe kindness understands. Some questions don't need answers, they just need a friend. The engine rumbles in the twilight. Passengers step off one by one. Families laughing, worn in embraces. Another day's work done. Tonight a woman with silver hair stepped down slowly from the train. For one brief second my heart stumbled, like it knew your face again. She smiled kindly as she passed. The westbound train pulled out at sunrise, painting smoke across the morning sky. A handful of folks stood on the platform, watching another dream roll by. Old Miss Harper held her husband's hand like she had for 40 years or more. They smiled at every passing window until the train was seen no more. I was sitting near the rear car, hat pulled low against the light, carrying one old leather suitcase and a heart too full to hide. The rails began their steady singing like they always seem to do. Every mile another heartbeat, every thought came back to you. I'll ride westbound until the whistle fades, past the rivers and the open plains. Every mile carries yesterday a little farther away, but no matter where these rails may roam, they can never outrun home. When the silence fills the sky, I'll still hear your goodbye. We crossed a bridge above the river, where I learned to cast a line. Daddy said a patient fisherman never argues with the tide. I never knew those simple lessons would stay stronger than my pride. Long after all the roads I'd traveled and every dream I'd tried, a little girl beside the window pressed her hand against the glass. Every time we crossed another crossing, she waved to every passing past. I smiled because I saw myself there, 40 years and countless miles ago, believing every train was magic and every whistle knew my soul. I'll ride westbound until the whistle fades, where the mountains kiss the plains. Every crossing leaves a mark upon this faithful heart. Though tomorrow waits ahead, yesterday ain't really dead. It just softly rides beside every mile tonight. The diner served hot coffee early, with biscuits fresh from morning hands. An old guitar player sang softly songs about forgotten lands. He sang of miners, farms, and railroads, of soldiers coming home again. By the final chorus, every stranger was singing right with him. That's the thing about old country music, it don't care where you've been. It finds the empty places in your heart and quietly moves in. I'll ride westbound until the whistle fades, through the storms and sunny days. Every whistle calls me near to the life I hold so dear. Every railroad tie below knows the places I still know. Lord, these tracks have always been my oldest friend. If I could speak to every young man boarding trains with hopeful eyes, I'd tell him, go and chase tomorrow, but don't outrun your own sunrise. Success can wear expensive clothing, failure sometimes wears a green. The conductor tipped his cap this morning, said one more stop before you're there. I looked outside the dusty window at the fields laid soft and bare. Every fence I passed looked familiar, every creek knew my old name. Even the crows above the cornfields flew like nothing here had changed. 40 years fit in one suitcase, worn out boots and silver hair. Funny how a lifetime's journey can feel lighter near and there. It's the last stop before home, where every memory has grown. Every whistle sounds like grace, calling me back to my place. These old rails have carried me far beyond what I could see. Now they gently lead me home, to the last stop before home. A young man boarded down in Franklin, barely older than my son, holding plans for California, certain life had just begun. He asked me if I'd seen the country, I just smiled beneath my hat, said, son, I've seen enough to tell you, don't forget where you came from. He laughed the way that young men laugh, a certain time would wait somehow. I remembered being just like him, standing where he's standing now. It's the last stop before home, where the heart quits feeling alone. Every crossing seems to say, you've been missed every day. Every mile behind these wheels has taught me what I finally understand why every road bends home again. The dining car grows quiet now. Most folks sleep or read a book. I just watch the passing farmland, giving every field one look. There's the old red water tower, standing proud against the sky. There's the great elevator shining like a beacon drawing near. Then I spot the white church steeple peeking through the maple trees. Lord, I haven't seen that skyline since I was 23. It's the last stop before home, where love has patiently grown, never asking where I'd been, only welcoming me in. Every whistle fills the air like a long forgotten prayer. Lord, I'm thankful for these rails that never lost my trail. Maybe heaven keeps a station for the ones who live with grace, where every soul steps off the platform into one familiar embrace. Mama smiling by the garden, Daddy waving from the gate. No more tears, no more departures, no one arriving late. Until that day I'll keep believing every sunset leaves a sign that every faithful journey has perfect timing. The brakes begin their gentle singing as the engine slows its pace. Folks collect their hats and luggage, smiles appearing on each face. Children press against the windows, searching for someone they know. Grandmothers wipe away happy tears as the platform comes into view. Then I see a porch light smile standing underneath the station clock, not much younger than I remember, still waiting where we stopped. She walks toward me without speaking, neither one knows what to say. Some reunions need no language after so much time away. I simply hold her weathered hands, she softly squeezes mine. The whistle blows one final time, then fades into the pines. Together we leave the station, walking down that gravel road. Every step feels somehow lighter than every mile before. It's the last stop before home, where no heart walks alone. Every railroad tie I've crossed was never truly lost. Every mile was part of grace, leading to this very place where forgiveness opened wide like the morning stain. So let the engines keep on rolling, for every soul still chasing dreams. May they find what I have found at the last stop before home. 'Cause every train that leaves at sunrise is secretly hoping I bought a one-way ticket at 18 with more hope than money in my jeans. A cardboard suitcase, a borrowed coat, and 100 dreams that barely floated. Mama slipped a picture in my hand, said keep this close wherever you land. Daddy looked beyond the station sign like he'd already seen the passing time. The whistle echoed through the morning air while autumn leaves were everywhere. I thought that train would take me far to where successful people are. I spent half my life chasing the horizon, running after every distant light, only to discover after all these years the answer was never out of sight. Every mile taught another lesson, every town helped open my eyes. Home was always the next stop, I just didn't realize. Chicago winters made me tougher, Texas summers made me strong, Montana skies taught me silence, Nashville gave me country songs. I worked beside mechanics, miners, farmers, teachers, truckers too. Every one of them was searching for something honest, something true. One old rancher told me laughing while we watched a freight roll by, son, the world's a mighty classroom if you keep your heart alive. I carried those words through the decades like a compass in my soul. Though I wandered farther every season, they never let me lose control. I spent half my life chasing tomorrow, thinking someday I'd arrive. But every dream I caught kept whispering, there's something you've left behind. Every whistle sounded sweeter the older that I grew. Home was always the next stop, waiting there in plain view. I missed birthdays and Thanksgivings, Christmas mornings by the fire, thinking overtime and promotions would somehow take me higher. Then one spring I got a phone call. Mama's voice was soft and slow. She said, your daddy's getting weaker. If you can, it's time to go. The next train couldn't move fast enough. Every mile felt twice as long. Regret weighs more than any suitcase when you've stayed away too long. I spent half my life chasing forever, learning time won't wait around. Every crossing that I passed before now felt like sacred ground. Every railroad tie beneath me prayed I'd make it home in time. Home was always the next stop, written between every line. Daddy met me on the front porch, leaning on his hickory cane. He smiled the way he always had, like nothing much had changed. He hugged me longer than he ever did, then looked me in the eye, said, you finally figured out the richest men come home. We sat until the sunset faded, never needed many words. Some conversations happen best inside the quiet. He was gone before the winter, Mama followed years behind. Now I visit every Sunday, fresh cut flowers in my hands. The old depot still stands proudly, though fewer trains come through these days. Children still wave at the crossings, keeping old traditions safe. Sometimes I sit beside those railways, listening to the evening breeze, and I swear I hear my daddy riding every passing steam. Now my grandson asks me questions about the places I have known. He points toward the railroad stretching far beyond the hills back home. I smile and tell him, chase your dreams, son. See the world while you are young, but never forget the road behind you, or where your story first begun. He waves each time a train comes rolling, just like I did long ago. And maybe one day he'll remember what I'm trying hard to show. I spent half my life chasing the horizon, searching underneath every sky, only to find the greatest treasure was never money or the miles. It was Mama waiting in the kitchen, Daddy standing in the yard, neighbors calling out my old nickname, and a front porch full of stars. So ride every train you're given, follow every dream you know, but don't wait too long to understand. Home was always the next stop. "38 years behind this throttle, watching seasons paint the land, from the summer fields of Kansas to the hills of Cumberland. I've learned every bend and crossing, every whistle post by heart, every farmhouse with a porch light shining after dark. The young boys always wave at engines, their fathers tip a weathered hat, and every little town along these rails has become family after that. Now the calendar says retirement. Tomorrow someone else takes my seat. Funny how a lifetime passes, one railroad tie at a time. This is the engineer's last ride, one final trip beneath these skies. Every whistle means a little more than it ever did before. These faithful rail walls had been my home, though I was always passing through. Lord, it's hard to say goodbye to the life that's carried you. I remember my very first departure. Hands were shaking on the brake. Old Frank Wilson stood beside me, said, "Don't fear your first mistake. The railroad teaches patient people, she'll humble every man alive. Respect the weight behind your engine, and you'll bring 'em home each night." I carried those words every morning, through blizzards, floods, and pouring rain. Never once forgot the promise, every soul comes home the same. This is the engineer's last ride, rolling where my memories lie. Every crossing, every town feels like family now. Every whistle tells the wind, thank you for these years I've lived. Lord, I wouldn't trade a mile of this long and faithful ride. I've hauled soldiers home from duty, young brides dressed in Sunday white, college kids with hopeful futures, workers chasing better lives. I've watched children wave from fences, then years later board my train, holding babies of their own now. Lord, life moves just like these rails. Some passengers forget the journey, eyes glued to another screen, while others watch each passing pasture like it's the prettiest they've seen. Funny how the same old window shows a different world each day, depending on the heart that's looking, not the view that slips away. This is the engineer's last ride beneath another evening sky. Every mile has left its mark deep inside this old heart. These locomotives taught me well, more than books could ever tell. Not knowing one old railroad man still waves right back, 'cause trains don't only carry people, they carry pieces of our lives. And long after the engine's quiet, their stories keep rolling. Down the line, fog hangs low across the valley, like a quilt my grandmother once sewed, drifting through the silent cedar branches, covering that old forgotten road. Rust has claimed the weather-beaten rail line, wildflowers bloom between the ties, but if you stand there just before the sunrise, you can hear the past begin to rise. Grandpa called them ghost tracks for a reason, said they never truly fade away. Every wheel that ever crossed this valley left a song that's still here today. As a boy I laughed at all his stories, thought old age had fooled his mind. Now I find myself out here each morning, hoping that old whistle I might find. Those tracks in the morning fog, where yesterday still walks with God. Every railroad tie remains, holding laughter, holding pain. Though the engines no longer roll, they still travel through my soul. Lord, I hear them soft enough on ghost tracks in the morning fog. There once stood a little country depot, painted white with forest green, where my mama met my daddy back in 1963. He was headed west to find a paycheck. She was waving to her older brother's train. He missed his ride while talking with her, said he'd gladly miss it all again. They built a life beside those railroads, raised 4 children on honest pay. Daddy fixed the crossing signals, Mama taught the church each Sunday. Now they're resting on the hillside, underneath 2 simple stones. Still I feel them standing with me whenever I come home. Ghost tracks in the morning fog, every memory still belongs to the whistles carried high beneath this old October sky. Though the depot's fallen down, love still lingers all around. Lord, I hear it plain enough on ghost tracks in and the morning falls. I spent 30 years chasing skylines, steel and concrete through my days, thinking bigger always meant better, till the years just slipped away. Every Friday after working late, I'd find the nearest railroad line, close my eyes and hear my hometown somehow riding through my mind. Funny how the heart remembers every smell of summer rain, fresh cut hay and old pine lumber mixed with diesel from the train. You can leave the land behind you, you can change your name and trade, but somewhere deep inside your spirit, those old roots remain. Ghost tracks in the morning fog still carry every hopeful heart. Every promise ever made still survives, though years may fade. Every whistle I once knew still comes drifting softly through. Lord, I feel them strong enough on ghost tracks in the morning fall. Maybe heaven has a railway running through eternal light. Just beyond the old railroad crossing sits a town that time forgot. Brick storefronts and faded billboards holding dreams that never stopped. There's a barber with a weather chair who's known me since I was 10. He still asks about my mama every time I'm back again. The cafe opens every morning long before the rooster crows. Coffee brewing, biscuits rising. Everybody somehow knows. If a stranger pulls into the parking lot, someone always lends a hand. That's just how life's always happened in this quiet patch of land. There's a town beyond the crossing where my heart still likes to roam. Every whistle brings me closer to the only place called home. These old rails may lead forever across valleys wide and long, but every journey finds its ending where my roots have all grown strong. I remember leaving on a Thursday with a suitcase bought on sale. Mama slipped $20 in my pocket, said write me every week by mail. Daddy never cared for long speeches. He just shook my hand and smiled. Then he looked out toward the railroad like he couldn't face his child. As the train began to gather speed, I watched them slowly disappear. I never thought that one goodbye would echo all these years. There's a town beyond the crossing, waiting patient as the dawn. Though the seasons keep on changing, its love keeps holding on. Every whistle sounds like mercy. Every mile feels less alone. Lord, these rails have always known where my heart belongs. I've seen deserts under moonlight, snow piled high in mountain towns, watched rivers wider than my hometown flow without making a sound. I've worked beside men from every corner, shared stories over coffee cups, learned we're all just trying to find the place that fills us up. Some called home a little cabin, some a farm beside the sea. Mine's that tiny town beyond the crossing, where everyone still remembers me. There's a town beyond the crossing where the church bells still ring true, where neighbors wave from front porches like they always used to do. Every railroad tie reminds me of the miles I've wandered through just to find what I already knew. Maybe growing older isn't losing. Maybe it's finally understanding that success is more than dollar signs or the places where you're. Around midnight through Pine Hollow, you can hear that freight train moan. Long before its headlights find you, you already know it's home. The pines begin to shake their branches like they're waving as it goes. Every dog along the back roads lifts its head because it knows. Grandpa called that sound a heartbeat rolling through these Carolina hills. He said every train was carrying stories long after the world stood still. I was just a restless dreamer, counting stars instead of sheep, listening to those distant engines while the whole town fell asleep. Here comes the midnight freight through Pine Hollow, rolling slow beneath the moon. Every whistle tells a story, every mile ends too soon. It carries broken hearts and dreamers, soldiers, strangers, old regrets. And somewhere in those endless boxcars are the things we can't forget. There was an old man named Elijah, worked the railroad 40 years. Never missed a single Christmas, though the job kept him from here. He wore overalls and leather gloves, a suit forever on his hands. He'd smile and say, these rails have shown me more than most will understand. Every town has someone waiting by a porch or station light, and every engineer blows harder when he knows someone's home tonight. I didn't understand those words then, not until much later on, after life had pulled me farther than I ever thought I'd roam. Here comes the midnight freight through Pine Hollow, like a hymn beneath the stars. Every crossing softly echoes who we are beneath the scars. It carries hope inside its rhythm, though it sounds so lonely too. Funny how an old locomotive can preach a thing or two. Chase paychecks out to Houston, work the rigs along the coast, learn the crowded city skylines can still leave a man a ghost. Every Friday after supper, I'd find the nearest railroad line just to hear a whistle somewhere that reminded me of mine. It wasn't steel that I was missing, or the gravel by the ties. It was hearing somebody call me before they saw the gray inside my eyes. Here comes the midnight freight through Pine Low, still singing that old refrain. Every mile carries tomorrow, every whistle carries yesterday. Long after these hands stop working, long after my boots are gone, that midnight freight will keep on rolling, steady, faithful, strong. And somewhere beneath those old pine trees, another little boy will stop to listen to the end.